Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
How you doing, people? How are you folks doing out there in our TV land, in our YouTube land? We are here today. It is cloudy out here, and I hear that we got some bad weather coming over here, and it's heading straight toward Georgia. This will be the first time that Ted and them in Florida might get by and won't get their butt toe off. Man, they said they getting ready in Georgia and North and South Carolina. I said, oh my God. Coming right along that East Coast. Might be a hurricane, might just be rain. They don't know. They can't say anything.
Well, all I gotta say, the Lord is good and His mercy endures forever.
You gonna get y'all gonna get y'all hurricane season ain't over yet. We still got another month and a half. And that water is hot down there. That temperature of that ocean is warming up, man. It is so ironic, people, that these hurricanes are coming from a particular area off of the African coast. They're coming right off of the west coast of Africa. That thing is coming right off the west coast of Africa. So, what does that remind you, black folks, about? Middle Passage.
Till you do right by us.
Yeah, they did it. They said so. Every year they sending crap over here to the United States. We just tear you all up for messing with our people. Hey man, the God's all in our corner.
That's right.
They sending that stuff over here, and every now and then it'll bypass and go out to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. But most of the time, that's some direct hit, just tear us up. Bam.
You know, they like the Pharaoh and his army. You know, they just constantly don't know no better.
Yep, it don't.
They
It
just
does.
constantly do evil.
It's constantly coming here, constantly coming here. I don't know if the Lord set it up that way, but that's where it's coming from, right from that West Coast, right where they put us on them ships, our foreparents on those ships, and brought us over here. And it goes through them Caribbean islands where they drop a few of them off and tears them all up too.
You
Well, I
know,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
Well, I guess before we came on the line here, Ted kind of mentioned to me about the Congress is getting more Epstein files, and more of those billionaires and criminals out there are showing up in Epstein files. And now we understand why they don't spend all that money to keep us from finding out who's in it. So, old Trump got some of his bosom buddies.
Yeah, that's what they are, bosom buddies.
They bosom buddies. They all, oh man.
You
Oh,
know,
Steve Bannon, I know he probably didn't want to see that. Now Peter Thiel probably knew it was coming, but
oh yeah, Peter
Bannon,
Thiel, he ain't no but
yeah, he was but Ted, they might have Epstein wasn't. particular about bringing some little boys in there too. Now, you only get girls. Yes, 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 little boys with him too. So hey, whatever they wanted, he would provide it for them. Whatever they wanted. So hey, that's where the ball bounces. I don't know if they're going to be able to get the Congress to vote on putting forth those Epstein files or not, everything. So I think Raul Rivera's daughter, she just got elected in Arizona, so she could be number 218. And I think the Speaker of the House and everything is talking about, well, y'all don't come back on the 28th and the 29th. So by then they're gonna have a shutdown going on. So we don't know when she's gonna be able to sign her part and be sworn in as a U.S. representative for the House. We'll see.
The Democrat or Republican?
Democrat. Raul Rivera has been around for a long time. He's probably started out as probably the only Democrat that came out of the state of Georgia, Arizona, for a long time. He's a long-time Democratic representative, and his district was mostly Hispanic. So he passed away, and his daughter ran for the seat, and she got it. So I'm hoping that she thinks like Papa.
Papa was rough.
Yeah, Papa was it. She thinking like Papa. So we'll see. We will see. She never said anything about it. She ran as a Democrat, so we'll see what she's gonna be doing. But I don't know. They are not in no big hurry to swear in. Today's Friday, so um, she hasn't been sworn in today. It probably won't happen. Won't happen because they got the shutdown going on. So we'll see. We shall see.
Well, they had another congressional meeting on YouTube. I'm sorry, on C-SPAN. Very interesting here. They had that lady that ran for mayor in New York on there. And they had some very intelligent people. They had the guy, the co-founder of Black Voters, and a couple other people that were interesting. They had a lawyer. And what they were talking about, and I can't even remember the name and what they call it exactly, but it's sort of like next man up. If 10 people was running for an office, you would have to pick your top 3 or 4 or 5 people that you would want. So your number 1, your number 2, your number 3, your number 4. And then each time you pick, if that person didn't get enough votes, then they out. Then your vote goes to the next person, or go to your second choice,
Mm-hmm.
and on. That's where it works, and keep on going until the person wins. You don't have 10 different people, and everybody got to vote
Mm-hmm.
for that one person. I don't know what you
Almost,
call it. They got some kind of term they call it.
it's almost like a caucus, almost like the caucus, the Iowa caucus. Same principle.
Which is
And I
dope.
think, and I think California does the same thing, don't they?
I know New York. This lady in New York, she said she did it when she ran for mayor,
Mm-hmm.
and she ended up being second on the card, but she didn't win it.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "All that's wonderful, but what I needed was more money."
Everybody wants money, girlfriend.
She said, "I needed more money because to reach the people."
Everybody wants more money, girlfriend. I'm wondering and stuff, Ted, and I've been doing this for a long, 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 long time. And I see those Democrats and everything. They keep hollering about money, 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 money. Send me money, send me money, send me money. But sometimes you have to learn that organization and then volunteers and stuff is sometimes better than money in your pocket. You got a strong organization and you got people behind you. You don't need a whole lot of damn money. Use your people. You can get out there and do the same daggone thing you can if you got a pocket full of money. Obama did it. He had a strong organization out there all over the country. Everybody volunteered, over 1.5 million volunteers. Didn't need a lot of money. So everybody wants money, 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 money. But ironically, Ted, they all are against Citizens United.
Well, she was saying that she didn't take any big money from corporations, all her funds, because they have what they call some kind of matching funds. If somebody donate $1 to your campaign, you get $8 back,
Mm-hmm.
1 to 8. So if somebody gave her $10, then she got $80.
Mm-hmm.
So and on and on. So that right there helped them as far as that goes, as far as getting campaign funds. But enough people didn't give her those $1, $10, $20. But she ended up still coming in second. You know, there's something I've been wanting to talk about. A couple of stories. And I probably talked about this before some years ago. But when I was in college, I took what you call music appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
And in that music appreciation, and what you call it is appreciation, you sort of kind of appreciate everybody's culture. So we went through a couple of dozen countries about their music, their culture, things they wore, all of that. And it was very interesting. You know, the Polish, the Irish, the Germans, the Italians, on and on. And it's amazing how they have left. They come here to America. And I'm not saying they left totally their culture because they all gather together and they do their thing, but they don't put it out there like we put ours in America because ours came from suffering and pain and joy, you know, like Frankie Beverly said, pain and joy, because that's where the honky tonks and the blues and the folk music and all of that came from. Blues, jazz, gospel, and R&B.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about it, man, we are a force, Ed. We influence the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that to say this. People appreciate our culture and our talents and our abilities and things that we bring forth in fashion, different ideas, all kinds of, lack of a better word, swag, coolness. And a lot of people copied that. They copied our language. You know, Ed, you was raised a large part of your life in Chicago. I did too. And in Chicago, you know, there was always slang. There was always signifying and all of that. We had a culture of that. That was a culture. And, under the street lights singing, all of that. So when I think about our culture and I think about the different people that come from other countries, and I'm talking about black folks too, that come from Caribbean islands, that come from Haiti, that come from Africa and all that. The thing is that what they've done is incorporated our culture, and now you can't even tell that they're where they came from. A lot of them. They sound like us, they dress like us, they enjoy the same music, all that. And basically, what they were talking about in the congressional conference is that we as a people have to unify regardless of our differences. However, that's a hard thing to do, Ed, because you talking about our culture came from pain, suffering, joy. Their culture came from a different set of circumstances. Might have been almost the same thing, almost pretty much. I don't know. But it's a whole different experience. So the thing what I'm trying to say is that we have to appreciate they suffering too. They suffered. Their family suffered. Their grandparents suffered. Even though they came from another country. I just wanted to say that.
Well, I'm gonna go back. I'm going back just a little bit. Uh, I don't know if any of you guys out there have saw what our president has been doing. He's using the Justice Department to indict his enemies, and now that he has gotten James Comey indicted, he's pressuring his Department of Justice and everything, his own law firm, legal people and stuff, to go out there and get some more folks. And I don't. I think a lot of the news. Well, we can't depend on news media anyway. But another one of the things that he did was that he says that the liberal donors, campaign donors, he's going to send his prosecutors out there to prosecute them. And one of them, he said, and specifically, was George Soros. And
Yes.
I remember George just donated $5 million to the California initiative and everything for their um, gerrymandering of their districts and stuff in California. So if he follows through like he has been doing about doing that, I don't know if these big money donors and everything going to feel very happy about being targeted and stuff by the Department of Justice, which could cut into a lot of our campaign financing and stuff down the road. Because really, actually, folks, if you guys look at it, nobody's trying to stop him. They're not saying a word. I was very surprised that the lady that he had gotten to take over that position over there and the Virginia district had gotten got a bill of indictment against James Comey. I guess she had brought 3 charges and stuff. 2 of them they said okay, they let him be indicted for the two charges, but the third one they said no, we're not going to do that. That's a step too far away. So how this thing is going to go, what's going to happen, all of that. But when you start seeing uh, the Justice Department going after people and stuff to find out about them, and your president has already told you that's what he wants you to get done, and they start doing it, they're going to find something out against a lot of these donors, man, because a lot of them, they got some. Most people got a few bones in their closet. You put the Justice Department on top of them and everything, they can find all kind of stuff upon you that you have done that could or could not have been illegal. And if they decided that they want to come after you and everything, they can indict you for almost anything. Now, they may not win the case, but just the fact that they putting that pressure on you and you're going to have to spend some of your dollars that you have maybe targeting to these campaigns of these candidates and stuff out there, you're not gonna. They're gonna dig pretty deep into your pockets here. So we better start looking at other ways and stuff for bringing in campaign money here, people. So all you folks out there who begging, you can't get those dollar donors or whatever and everything. Them big dollar donors and stuff might just be leaving and saying, "Hey, I cannot afford to have the Justice Department to come after me." Point of clarity.
There's a guy out there named, he was on the panel, and I wrote his name down here. And his name is, let's see here. I apologize. I'm going to have to come back to it, but he has an organization that has sued Donald Trump a couple dozen times, and
I know who
he's
you're talking
fighting the
about.
fight.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's been on MSNBC. He's got his own legal show. Oh man, and Donald Trump is very afraid of him. He
He's
has every
fighting the
time
fight,
he
bro.
yeah every time he has brought a case against him, he's won. I can't remember the guy's name, but I know exactly who you're talking about because I've been listening to him. He and there's another guy out there called Popovich or something like that. They all are those liberal uh, forces and stuff out there who dealing and stuff in these legal cases and stuff that are being brought before the Supreme Court and the appeals court and all that and the filings and stuff of them. So man, what's that guy's name? He's been on NBC quite a bit, man, a lot. You see his face right now, but I know
There's
you.
a lot of people that's out there
Yeah,
fighting the
this
fight.
guy's good. He hasn't every case that he has brought against Donald Trump, he has won. He has not lost not one case. Matter of fact, he's now started his own law firm and stuff out there, and people he's making a lot of money and stuff. But people are coming to him to get them to fight different cases and stuff. So he's pretty good. He knows his crap. So what about him?
Well, he's like you just said. This guy has a, and I wrote down his website, and I thought I had it on this piece of paper here, but I guess I put it on another piece of paper or something. But the bottom line is that he's very good. He's and he sounds like he's doing a do. I wish I can get his website. I had put his website down on one of these pieces of paper. I'm gonna do better than that. I apologize for that. However, it's amazing, man. You know, there's so many people out there that's fighting the fight, the good fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, legally, because that's all they got. Because Congress can't do nothing, the Senate can't do nothing. They don't have no power.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm sure there's probably some kind of loopholes that they can probably play, but they refuse to do it.
Well, I think he last couple of times that I have been listening to him when he's brought forth these cases and stuff that he has won, or cases and stuff that are eventually getting ready to go off to the appeals court and all of that. He has said that probably one of the main reasons and stuff why he has won most of those cases and stuff and everything because Donald Trump has a bad habit of filing frivolous lawsuits. And a lot of these organizations and news folks and media and stuff out there, they just give up and everything, knowing that these cases are frivolous. He's filing them and stuff just so he can keeps filing it and keeps it going and through the court system. And they get tired of it, so they want to just pay it off and be done with it, so they don't have to do anything. But with Donald Trump, as we've all said, if you fight him and you beat him, he's gonna leave you alone. But if you don't fight him and you keep giving in to him, he's gonna keep after you, just like he did ABC. I won $15 million lawsuit against you guys, and I'm gonna file another one on you. That's arrogance. And he knew that it was a frivolous lawsuit, but he did it anyway. And that's all he said he wins his cases. Most of them are frivolous, and most of the time, his attorneys and stuff have no idea what the hell they're doing. They do not know
Well,
the
it's
law.
all a smoke screen. It's to distract you, and so that he can do his underlining crap that he's been doing. And the thing that concerns me is here's the thing: how are you gonna call 800 generals to the Pentagon? What's the emergency here?
What's the what?
What's the emergency?
Ain't no emergency.
HESEC then called 800 plus generals across the world to come to the Pentagon.
Ain't no emergency.
Are they coming?
They better. They didn't say they weren't. Not a one of them said that they were not coming. They just wondering why in the hell he's doing that. Because according to them, they are leaving a lot of those bases and stuff defenseless. They have to leave other folks in charge. He's having it. And he hasn't told any of them why, because most of them are curious about it. Why are you calling us here? We eventually gonna find out. But after he opens his mouth and tell them, somebody gonna walk right outside and tell him, okay, this is why you want us here. It's stupid. All of them, everybody, every one of them, everybody out there at those bases, generals, admirals who were in charge of these uh, aircraft carriers, submarines, all of them, they got to come. I guess he's doing that to show his power. He wants to show that he's the boss. Y'all better come. If you don't come and everything, you can lose your commission. And those admirals and stuff, they've been there for a long time and they can't afford to lose their pensions and stuff because they make a lot of money in retirement. Get a lot of benefits. A lot. So they don't have a choice. They coming. Old Pete
Well, I'm
has
sure they all consulting their lawyers and past generals that has retired. There's probably probably 1,000, a couple of thousand out there. So
I
we'll
don't
see.
I don't think any of them is afraid that he might do something to them. They just don't like the idea that they're being called away from their duty and they're leaving their ships, their bases, both unmanned. It's not protocol. It's something that has never happened before. Never happened before. Because if they do have some meeting and stuff, the chairman of the army or the navy or whoever it is, they all go out to these bases and stuff and talk to these generals and go to their ships and talk to those admirals, or they go to the Pacific area and everything, and they bring them all in for quietly speaking to them, or they send out communiques and stuff to them to let them know what they want or what the heck they're doing. They got ways of secretly communicating to these people without bringing them to DC. So this is something highly unusual. And that's probably why they're so upset about it, because it's unusual. They've never had anything like that happen before. Because I don't believe that he's getting ready to fire them. I believe he's just bringing them there just to show that he got some power.
I think it's more than that, bro.
Mm.
I think it's more than that. But I'm not going to speculate, and I'm just hoping that they follow the Constitution.
Oh no, they ain't gonna. You know, they ain't gonna follow the Constitution. Hell, they've been breaking the Constitution for ever since he got in office. Ever since he, after January the 20th, when he became into 26th or whenever he was inaugurated, they've been breaking the law. He started out from day one. He don't care. And like everybody's saying, that we all thought that eventually the judicial system was going to catch him, but that hasn't happened. And Supreme Court, it seems like they're complicit in anything that he wants to get done. We can't depend on them. The only people we can depend on, Ted, is who? Folks out there in the street.
That's it.
That's it. The people. That's the only one who can stop him now. The people. They got to rise up and stop him. That's the only way that he's going to be able to stop him. You got to rise up. Nobody else is willing to do it. And ain't a Republican that I can saw out there will be able to stand up to him. None of them. Even the ones that defended the free speech, Ted Cruz and the boy in Kentucky, the senator in Kentucky and stuff with everything. When it comes right down to it, they ain't going to buck Donald Trump. They're not going to do it. But I am absolutely surprised, though, Ted, and I'm pretty sure everybody else is, that man every night, old Jeffy, he doesn't, he ain't giving Donald Trump a break at all.
Nope.
He ain't broke. They ain't giving him not one break. We got a, what you call it, escalator gate. We got the escalator gate here coming up, people. he, he, he wants to fire everybody because the escalator don't work. Or the teleprompter don't work. Something happened today, Ted, in the UN. Old Benny showed up, and they walked out on him en masse.
Oh, yeah.
Turned their backs on him and walked out. Now, he had a few loyalists and stuff in there who left, who sat there and watched him and clapped for him and everything. But a whole bunch of them turned their back on him and walked out the door. We don't hear nothing you got to say, Benny.
Well, I think he made his case. Don't mean it's right, but he made his case.
Well, maybe
But
not.
what he said was absolutely false. He claimed that Israel, Jerusalem, all that, hundreds of years we've been having that land and blah, 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 blah. Your people didn't come from there. You came from Poland, bro. Your people came from Poland. Some of those people came from Germany. That's over there in Israel now. You might be Jewish, but that's a fact. They converted over to Judaism and practiced over in Poland or wherever, and they ran out of those countries and went to Israel. And they have made a viable country or state, or whatever you want to call it. But that land, all of that land was over there, was ran by Palestinians. And they took it. That's why in 1948,
Yep.
the
That's
United
became a
States
state.
came in, and Europeans, and they said, hey, y'all got to divide this up.
Yep.
And they've been fighting ever since.
They've been fighting ever since. Ever since they've been fighting. A constant fight every year, every decade. It's been a fight. Somebody didn't, and Israel is surrounded by enemies.
Enemies all over.
They is surrounding him, surrounding that state, that country.
And you got to give it to them. They built that place immaculate. You got to give it to them. And they use a lot of American money, for sure.
And if it wasn't for the U.S., they would not be in the power and the places they are right now.
Absolutely. Because we have given them trillions of dollars.
Yes, big money. Every year they are getting money. They're getting armaments. They're getting planes. They're getting guns, whatever they need.
They're getting advisement, all of that. So, because we're supposed to be a Judeo-Christian society.
Well, since you giving out honors and stuff to old BB, even before BB was there in power and stuff, they've had a lot of very, very astute prime ministers and everything, and they realize their shortcomings. And right now, Israel is probably has more secret service folks and everything, people and stuff who are dealing in high tech and whatever, as far as surveillances and all that. They are experts at that.
Oh, yeah.
They train their people and stuff to be that way. And that is probably the only reason and stuff why they are still where they are now, because most countries and stuff, they just take Americans' money and just sit back and get fat. They haven't done that. They've taken their money, they've taken their stuff, and they became experts and stuff.
Well, we talked about that quite a while back, that there's a company that was established here, but they were Jewish people. And they did a whole big contract with the Jerusalem people and took that over to Jerusalem, and well as using it here in the United States. They are prolific in what they do when it comes to cybersecurity.
Absolutely. So
So,
you have to give them credit what credit's due, and I have to give them that credit that they didn't sit back and everything and wait till somebody protect them. They protect them themselves.
well,
So what else?
well, the one thing that I found out, you asked me what else, so I'm going to tell you. And I ain't going to take a whole lot of time because it can be really involved, but I'm just going to do the cliff note. Man, the money that's flowing. The stock market reached the all-time high with 46,000. And like I said, my prediction, if they don't start taking profits, it's going to go to 50. But the thing is that people don't have nowhere else to put their money now, because everything is so mumbo jumbo now, because the East can hide their money in Caribbean islands and Switzerland and here and there. But here's the thing, though, Ed. You got Bitcoin now, bro.
Yep.
And now, that right there is exploding.
Yep.
Exploding.
Yep.
And they talking about it can go up to as high as $300 trillion. I'm gonna say that again. $300 trillion.
Good.
You think we got billionaires now? Hey, we're gonna be having trillionaires.
Well,
Trillionaires.
the value of Bitcoins, Ted, is what people will pay for it. And they keep that valuation and stuff up, and they keep people interested in Bitcoin and keep using it and trading it and stuff out there on the open market. How are they going to keep that stuff going? Digital money is nothing that you can put your hands on. All up there in the air.
Well, you know what Europe is getting ready to do? And I haven't got all the crossing the T's and dotting the I's, but they have a number of corporations that want to go IPO.
Yep.
And what they're going to do is they're going to put those people and make sure they be on the NASDAQ and put them on there. And basically for nothing. Very little money. Because usually it costs a lot of money to get in there. And they're working it out right now. They're working all the kinks out. They pretty much got it pretty solid. And all those companies, because what they want to do is they want to build their portfolios so people can start investing in these companies. Of course, some of those companies ain't worth a quarter, but America is looking for more investments. When I say America, I'm talking about these big time business people, money
Mhm.
marketers, and all that, where they can
Mhm.
convince people to invest in some of these overseas transactions. Because right now, most everybody invests in our top 100 companies,
Mhm.
and so they're trying to spread out. Did you see the China? Did you see the China speech?
Who?
Did you hear the China speech?
China speech.
Yeah,
Well, not really. I was looking at what else is going on there in China right now.
the
Somebody
China
said,
speech was awesome. If you get a chance, you can go back
well,
and listen to
he
that guy.
he he probably they probably had an awesome speech, but they got something going on there that people haven't thought about and they haven't realized what's going on there in China, and it is going to have a devastating effect and stuff upon them for at least uh, another year or a year. They just had a typhoon that came through there and tore up Hong Kong and Guangdong. You know anything about China, you know anything about what's going on, Guangdong is a major, major hub of all their technology.
Mm.
China.
I read about it and heard about it, but I didn't know it was that devastating.
It's devastating. That tornado, that typhoon came through there and devastated that whole area there, Hong Kong and Guangdong. You know anything about China and stuff? You ask somebody about Guangdong, they'll tell you that is one of their major, major industrial areas and stuff there in China. Big time. How much damage that typhoon has done, somebody needs to start keeping an eye on it. That is going to affect China and what they're going to do for a while.
But just a cliff note on China and what that guy was saying. He sounded like the world power. He was talking about all the stuff they had been doing and done
Yep.
all
They,
over the world,
yep, they have.
and talking about bringing peace and helping other countries.
Hmm.
That's
They're
my
doing
cliff
it.
note.
They're doing it right now. They're doing it. That Belt and Road Initiative and stuff is big time. But I'm telling you, the thing that happened with that typhoon there, the Hidden Guangdao, is going to hurt them real bad. It's going to slow them down a whole lot.
Ed, here in Florida, there's a little city that's right outside of Tampa, but it's a real upscale city. They got hit with a tornado,
Hmm.
and they have a pier that needs to be done so that the tourists, because they like going over to that little small city right outside of Tampa, and it's going to take them 2 years to finish that pier. I'm saying to myself, these people play games, bro.
They do. I guarantee you, man. I mentioned about Guangdao. I said it might take them maybe a year to get it back together again and keep on going. Now, if it happened over the United States, it might take them 5 years to get it back together. But them people over there in China, they don't play around, man. They just keep putting
These
people in
people,
it.
man,
Anything go wrong,
right now, they are still struggling trying to come over the last hurricane. They ain't even picked up all the rubble yet.
that is our biggest problem, kid. That we cannot put stuff together fast enough. Because if it take you 2 years, now, kid, it doesn't make any sense for them doing that because I've seen projects and stuff that happen here in the United States and everything that you look at that crap and everything, you said it cannot be done. I've seen these people over here, if they put their mind to it, they can do stuff and everything, unbelievable work, but they cannot put their mind to it. On all
Cronyism, brother, cronyism. Who
that,
can I get his contract to? It's all about cronyism.
well, we need to stop this mess and stuff if we want to start building up our infrastructure and we want to start being competing against them folks over there in China.
They don't play.
Got to. We got to. You can't sit there and it takes you 4 or 5 years to build a daggone skyscraper. People are building these skyscrapers in 9, 10, 11 months. We got it. It take us 5 years to do it. Hey, I
You
don't know what to
know,
say. I don't know what to say.
here's the thing, though. This is what I've been really sort of kind of wrap my head around. Think about this. When we were coming up as little teenagers, we always said America's America's a melting pot,
Mm-hmm.
and that's true. However, we are tribal,
Mm-hmm.
and we are ethnic tribalism, to a large degree. And the problem, we say that we're a United States, but we're not really a United States. We're not united because we live tribal. And the reason why we live tribal is because of leadership. Democrats, Republicans, right wing, left wing, conservative, liberal. It's not American. And then you got ethnic groups, hundreds of them. So to say that we are United States is only just a word. That's all it is, because they are not, and I'm going to say this out loud, taxation without representation. Until you do right by us, you got to start treating us like human beings. Oh yeah, some of us, a lot of us, doing okay. Whoop-de-doo. But you're using us like a dish rag. So, the thing this is the thing. What I'm saying, that white boy shot that other white boy. Who did they attack? Who did they go after? They
The
went after
Democrats.
our schools, black schools. That had nothing to do with it. These white supremacists went after our schools. Have you heard any FBI information about that, Ed? Any investigation about it? I'm talking about bomb threats. The news people will say, "Oh, yeah, so and so university college just got bomb threats. So and so university just got bomb threats." Where's the FBI? Where's the people that's getting arrested for this?
We uh we as a people there are gonna have to learn how to protect ourselves. We're gonna have to figure out how to protect ourselves. I can go back to uh, the water crisis there in Jackson, Mississippi. All them black folks there in Jackson, Mississippi. They got a water crisis going on. The pipes and stuff falling apart. Got to learn how to protect ourselves. We got to learn how to say, hey, we ain't got no help from these people. Ain't no help coming. What you gonna do? We don't have any help. Just like you just said, where the FBI, where all at? We got to protect ourselves. We got to learn how to do it. That's the only way we're gonna get by. We don't think
Yeah,
we
well,
really can.
there's been stories. There's people that try to defend themselves, and then they end up the ones in trouble.
Well, then there's a way to stop them. They got to stand up for them. Just like these people are sitting down there doing when they're going up there and they seeing these Hispanic rippers on top of their house, and there's a 200 people show up, 300 people show up, and they run the ice for folks away. What you got to do to protect them? These guys up on the roof fixing these people's houses, and the ice get called, and they're going to arrest them after they done finished the people's roof.
Yeah, 98% of them are white,
Yes, sir. Because
and that's what these white folks
they
gonna
was
have to
up
stand up.
there fixing up on the white folks' roof, and they out there protecting their people. The man up there, but fixing my roof, I'm gonna protect them. I'm gonna call everybody in the neighborhood. Get out here! Get out here! Get out here! We gotta stop these folks from messing with these people who fixing up on our stuff. Whatever it takes, that's what we're gonna have to do. All of our universities, all of our HBCU schools, we're going to have to get together and stuff and everything and protect our kids and whatever where we're going there. Do what we got to do because we can't depend on them. I'm gonna keep on begging. Please come over here and save me. I'm gonna stop this crap. I'm not gonna sit there and keep on acting begging somebody to take care of me. I'm gonna have to watch my own back.
Well, what are you suggesting, that we should have our own little secret service, underground protective service or something? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that
I'm just playing with you.
we have to worry about protecting our own self. And whatever it takes, dear, whatever form it takes, that's how we got to do. Protect ourselves. We can't depend on them to do that.
I don't have no answer to it because I ain't.
I do. I got an answer to it. Depends on who it is, where it's at, and what's going on. You have to look at your environment around you and stuff and figure out how to protect it. It's just like you going to war and stuff and everything. You over on somebody else's territory and stuff. You could be in the desert. You could be in the woods. You can be up in the mountains. You can be whatever it is. And each one of them is going to take their own effort and stuff to protect what's going on
Well,
out there. In the
Ed,
desert,
Ed. I'm old enough to remember they blowed up a whole neighborhood, bombed a whole neighborhood.
bombers.
You know what I'm talking about? over there in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia.
We can protect ourselves. I know we can. We can do the best thing because the only people can protect us is ourselves.
I don't know how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you because they got all the firepower.
You got, if somebody, Ted, attacks someone in your family and you can't get no police and nobody else to do anything about it, what you gonna do to protect?
I ain't gonna say it because I don't want to say it.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We ain't got to say anything else. I'm gonna protect mine. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna protect them. Okay, okay, brother. Final word. We have 50.
Well,
We got about 5 minutes. We're gonna be over time. Go ahead.
man, I appreciate being able to express myself. I don't know how many people will listen to us and really understand where we're coming from when we bring pertinent information or discussion about different things that was happening not only here in this country but around the world.
Mhm.
And we can bring receipts of stuff we're talking about, and one day we will probably bring articles up, things that we've read, and that kind of thing. However, I want to correct the thing that I said about 2 shows ago. I mentioned Wyoming. What I was talking about was Oklahoma. I was going back on that show, and I did say Oklahoma at one time, I think. However, I started saying Wyoming. That was Wyoming who is trying to, the superintendent or the governor, somebody wanted to start a Charlie Kirk chapters all over the schools. And they are 50th in the nation,
Is this in Oklahoma or Wyoming?
Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
And I apologize for that mistake. I might have made a Floridian slip, but yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
Well, that's par for the course for those boys over there. Aren't they the ones and stuff that wanted to force the Bible into to these schools and stuff over there in Oklahoma?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they got some real crazy folks over there. I mean, some way whacked out. But hey, they got them all over, I guess. So anyway, anything else you got to say?
I'm done. I can say a lot, but I'm gonna hold it right there.
Well, I'm gonna tell the folks out there I'm enjoying myself. I look forward to this thing that's coming up. It's just like it became a part of me. And trust me, folks and stuff, we are looking at ways to improve what the heck we're doing. You're never gonna keep doing things the same way. You got to keep on improving. That's what I must be doing. We're gonna be doing that. So look out. We got a trailer coming for our show and everything that's going to be dynamite. Look for it. It's going to happen. You guys are going to see it next week. I promise you. I got it almost done. I got it almost done. As soon as I can figure out how to
He's
get
the
those.
high tech guy. He's the high
Yes,
tech guy.
sir. We're going to get the high tech and it's going to be out there, folks. We're going to get it. I'm going to have it. It's going to be nice. It's going to be a dynamic trailer that we're going to have for our show. It won't be like Roland Martin and the rest of them folks and that thing, but it's gonna be damn close.
Woo, I'm excited.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got one little bit that I got to figure out how to get done. That's it. And it'll be ready. Anyway, folks, I enjoyed myself today and everything, and time. And usually, when I'll be looking down at my clock down there to see how much time I got, and it will say like 15 minutes we done used up. And most of the time after that, I feel kind of down. But then I look down there and we get to talking and telling people about what's going on here in this country and around the world. These things that we talk to you that's going on outside this country is going to affect you. It is going to affect you. Anything that knucklehead says, it will affect you. You just said off the cuff, I'm going to give these farmers some money to save their farms. You only missed it one time. Everybody out there now saying, you're going to get these farmers these tariff money. Guess what, people? That's our money. That's the voters' money. That's the people who buy products every day and stuff. We got to give it back to the farmers so they can be okay. They taking our money and giving it to those farmers because they can't get their shit together.
They better start negotiating themselves. That's what they better.
That's it. You got to figure out a way how to protect yourself. Just like I'm telling you, us right now, we got to figure out a way how to protect ourselves. We can't keep on giving them fine money. We've been doing this stuff for 40 years, 50 years now. They've been getting the aid check. People, farmers, be getting the aid check for 40 some years, probably longer than that. Every year they get an aid check. And we keep on giving them aid checks every year. And nobody says a damn thing about it. But they don't want to give food stamps to our children. They're going to starve them to death. They're going to get them farmers that money. What y'all going to do, people? Hey, this is, they pulling this thievery off right in front of your eyes. And nobody's saying nothing about it. Okay, people. Talk to you guys later.